I'm Taylor.
Today we'll be talking about The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, written by Mark Twain. Our chapter was 29, which is the I laid out in the store. Again, it was 5 pages long.
To recap, in chapter 28, Huck confesses to Mary Jane that the whole predicament is a setup, and the two men who are passing as their uncles are con artists seeking their money.
Say, what happened to your accent? Those uncles of yours ain't no uncles at all, Mary Jane. They ain't even English.
In the same day, during the auction of their family's possessions, the real uncles, Harvey and William, show up and threaten the con artist's true identity.
In the beginning of chapter 29, when Harvey and William first appear, it's obvious who the real brothers are to the townspeople. We learn why the real brothers have failed to come back to claim their brother's possessions and their nieces.
I am Harvey Wilkes, and this is my brother, William.
The reasoning was a delay with their luggage, and William, the deaf-mute brother, had broken his arm, leaving him unable to communicate. The doctor, who has questioned the true identities of the con artists, the Duke and Dauphin, take them and the real Wilkes brothers in for examination.
Now, and nobody's going nowhere. We do.
Well, they sailed into the investigation. Hour in and hour out. The king telling one story and Harvey Wilkes another.
Asking them questions and request them to write their names. Due to the already raised suspicion about the Duke and Dauphin losing $6,000 in inheritance because of the slaves, once the handwriting of the con artists proved to be wrong in the town, immediately finds them guilty of fraud and are still reluctant to believe them when they try to cover it up by saying William is the one who actually writes for Harvey but cannot do so because of his injury. Back to you, Michelle.
Thank you, Taylor. Eventually, the real Wilkes brother, Harvey, comes up with a way to secure his and William's place as the true brothers of Peter Wilkes.
Hour in and hour out. The king telling one story and Harvey Wilkes another. But no one knew nothing about England, so they couldn't figure out who was lying. Although most people were coming to believe they both was.
I got it! I can prove I'm Harvey Wilkes and these men frauds. Why didn't I think of it sooner? Now, who here helped lay out my brother, the late Peter Wilkes, in his coffin?
Me and Adrian dressed him up and laid him out ourselves.
All right, then. Perhaps you can tell me what was tattooed on Peter's breast.
Out with him! All right. I can tell you what was tattooed on his breast, all right. We'll have to look real close to know.
Just tell us what the tattoo is about.
It was old, thin, blue.
Arrow! Yes, there! You all heard what he said?
He claims that Peter has a tattoo of something on his chest and asks the Duke what it was. He, not knowing what it actually is, says that it's a very small blue arrow. Harvey Wilkes then says that it's a tattoo of his initials. However, the people who buried Peter didn't recall seeing any tattoo, which leads the townspeople to believe that all four men are frauds.
There isn't any blue arrow. Peter had his initials tattooed on his breast, the letters P and W. But come on, then. Isn't that what you saw?
I didn't see any tattoo, did you? I never noticed no tattoo at all.
One townsman, the lawyer, in an outraged tone suggests that they dig up the grave and see for themselves. The people of the town then come to the conclusion that if they didn't see any tattoo, they would lynch them all.
I say we talk. I say we shoot him. I say we hang. Gentlemen! There's one way to see which pair's the real Welch brothers, or if neither of them is, let's dig up the corpse! We've got the car!
I think I'll go there.
Once the men had dug up the grave, they uncovered the bag of gold inside the coffin that the Duke and Dauphin had previously said was stolen by one of the former slaves. Amongst the commotion, Huck is able to escape without being seen and find his way back to the raft and eventually reunites with Jim. He's overjoyed to be sailing again and feels at peace with only himself and his friend.
Heading off, Huck hears a noise coming towards them and finds out it's the Duke and the Dauphin, who had escaped in time and made it back. At this moment, Huck says the only thing he can do is sit down and try not to cry.
This situation is an example of how Mark Twain feels society is. The con artists are willing to strip everything away from this family who had just lost their father. The willingness of the men to pursue their fortune even after they had basically been caught is Twain's way of showing how society cares for materialistic things and not about the feelings of a person.
This also ties back to Huck's feelings for Jim as a person and not as an object. He has overcome society's view of slaves and actually cares for Jim as a friend.
To recap what has happened in Chapter 29, the real Harvey and William Wilkes return from England to find that their identities have been replaced by the Duke and the Dauphin, who are looking to gain money by selling their possessions. Harvey and William threaten the con artist's true identities by trying to prove to the townspeople that their identities are true. After questioning by the lawyer, Harvey Wilkes questions the Duke, asking him what Peter has tattooed on his chest, to which he replies a blue arrow. The town proceeds to dig up the grave when Harvey claims the tattoo is actually of Peter's initials. Once the grave is dug, the sack of gold is found in the coffin where Huck had left it. At this time, Huck is able to slip away and escape with Jim on the raft, only to be brought back again with the Duke and the Dauphin, who had also escaped amongst the commotion.
Oh, come on.
Our summary of Chapter 29 for The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, written by Mark Twain. Hi. Sydney. Sydney with gum. Shontere does. A right.
Alright, so do you want
What? Wait.
I'm sorry.
The Dolphin? Dolphin?
God.
Oh crap. Chapter 2. Oh wait.
Okay, I'm ready to do this. Wait. Like, what am I saying? Okay, oh my god. So, bye. Adventures of Michelle and Taylor, Part 1. What are you doing here? Miss Shontere's class, and we're doing this project. Okay, that's it. Michelle, do you know how to drive? No, I don't. Sorry, I don't even have a license. Much love to Miss Shontere.